Guys, how you doing? Welcome to the plant room. So you guys know I'm a sucker for a plant that'll give me flowers any time of the year, basically, for the most part. And I have a collection of African violets. Right now there's one, two, three, four, five. This is six. This was the first one that got me hooked. Anyway, who doesn't enjoy having these pretty little flowers in their collection to add that pop of color at any time? Well, we're not going to talk about African violets, but we are going to talk about a plant that is related to the African violet family. So if you like this type of content, stick around. All right, my planty friends, I hope you're doing good today. These are the ones that I wanted to show you. So these are Epicias. I think I said that right. Episcia, Epicias. And I discovered these by watching one of my favorite YouTubers. His name is Miro, and he collects violets and begonias and orchids and Hoyas. But anywho, getting off track here. He had these plants and I thought they were just adorable. They look just like, well, not just like, but very similar to the African violet. And the leaves are fuzzy, but they have colors where the African violet is green per se. These leaves actually have, I don't know, some coloration to them. The back sides are really pretty too. This one is flowering for me. The flowers are similar, but a little bit different than the African violet. Where the African violet flowers in clusters, these put out just individual little flowers. You see there? And the way it does it is kind of cool. It looks like a little trumpet, if you will. This one is called the Cupriata. And then I have this little guy here that I'm finding to be a little bit more challenging. This one seems to be a little bit more forgiving. This one is the bronze. And while it's doing okay, it hasn't flowered yet, and she does have some crisping. My understanding with these guys is that they require high humidity or higher humidity per se than the African violets do. As far as the care, it's very similar in that they don't like to go dry. You have to keep them moist, which is not difficult to do. I mean, I check them about once a week, and if they feel a little dry, I water them then. Typically, I'll start from the top just to get the wicking motion going, and then I put water in the little tray and let them suck up from there. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Fertilizing. To fertilize these guys, you guys know I fertilize with every watering at less than recommended per gallon. So I don't stop fertilizing because they live up under a grow light. And to me, if they're putting out leaves and flowering like this, then they're going to need food. So I continue to fertilize regardless of the season. It seems to work for me. And I would suggest to you as well, if your plants are growing, don't stop fertilizing. Cut back the dosage, make it very weak, but continue to feed them if they're growing. Something else to know as far as these guys, you can propagate them just like begonias. My understanding is that these throw out runners. I haven't experienced that yet, but you could take the runner and pin it down in the soil in order to, help it get bushier. You can also do it by stem cutting. And as far as the care, they've been super easy. For me, I've just basically been treating them just like a begonia, and they seem to be working really well. I actually found this one, which I was really surprised. I saw this one at Home Depot, and I was actually taken aback that they had one. It was the best looking of the bunch. You know how it is when you buy plants at Home Depot. Sometimes, either they look really good or they're overwatered or they're just plain dying. But this one was in pretty good condition, and I figured, what the heck, it was $5. I'd take a chance and see how it was going, because I had been looking for these online, but they were a little pricey. So I was holding off on that, especially when my understanding is that they could be a little challenging. And then I saw this one at Pike's, and I thought the colors were pretty. Like when the light hits the back of the leaf, I like that little hint of pink back there. That's really cool. The front almost looks iridescent, I guess, hence the name bronze. And they feel like they got those little hairs on them. What are those called? Trichomes? Something like that. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you these two cute little guys. I think they're cool. And I do love the leaves. I'm a leaf girl. And I like the fact that they give me a pop of color. So if you want a pop of color in your collection, but you don't want to try these, you can always try an African violet. They're not as difficult to grow as people would say. Just give them bright and direct light. Don't let them go dry. And they will reward you with some flowers all year. Cool. Anyway, if you like this type of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Talk to you guys real soon. Bye.